So yeah, most people fuel up to head across the country, but the majority of the times we have to fuel up just so we can take a hot shower, because our AquaGo uses diesel fuel to heat our hot water, which we love having the tankless hot water, but today just happens to be the day because we don't let the diesel fuel get down too low. So today is fuel day, and I'll tell you what, it's all part of the process that we have to do being full-time RVers, because RV life is real life. You know, this is real life problems for us.
Hey, and as long as the coffee is hot, we're doing good.
So we had one of our subscribers actually comment on one of our other videos, and it was a great comment. And the comment was, how do you full-time RV plus be full-time pastors all at the same time? And I thought that was a great question, and it's actually something that we've thought about a lot with our channel, and how we can incorporate what we do. What is real life for us look like now in an RV, plus we're pastors. And it's kind of funny because the RV lifestyle is something that Chris and I both love, and those of you who follow the channel, we had Big Blue, we had our fifth wheel, and we were part-timers. We would get out whenever we can. And
well, and the church that we had been a part of prior to now we have our own church was also in another state. So we had the opportunity to take our fifth wheel every month and spend a week in that state with the team that we worked with at that church. So now we're located in one spot as opposed to having that travel back and forth. And so yes, so life has changed a little bit, and
and we've gotten a lot busier.
Yeah.
So like my background, I think we've shared it in some of our former videos, but I'm not going to give you the whole story. But to make a long story short, my parents, we were full-time RVers. I like to call it, before RVing was cool. I think we had 5 RVs total. We had 23 people. And they traveled in evangelism for 5 years. So for 5 years of my upbringing, we had 9 of us in a 32-foot Holiday Rambler fifth wheel, and with
no slides, mind you.
Yeah, with no slide outs in those days. But it was a bunkhouse, so we had bunks in the back, and and as kids we thought, hey, this is pretty cool, and it was pretty cool, and we got to experience a lot. We were homeschooled growing up, and we traveled around the United States, and it was fun, and then it had its low moments as well. And my dad was super excited because Ford had just started coming out with their F-250 four-door trucks, and so my dad was super excited to get that. And so RVing is kind of in my blood, so to speak, and so
unlike me.
Unlike Chris.
Unlike me.
And Chris was going, hey, someday I'd like to RV.
Someday, right? I would, yes. I mean, my means of travel was typically flying in an airplane somewhere, or, driving in a car. But I always envied the people that had those beautiful RVs, and just being able to see the country and go wherever you want to go, and take those things with you, those conveniences of home with you on the road. So it was definitely something that I always was interested in doing, but never knew if or when I'd have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, and what's funny is when Chris and I first met, and we were dating, I told her, I said, you know, it would be really fun because we both like to hike. And I was telling her, hey, we could start a YouTube channel and just chronicle, you know, everything that we do, our experiences. And she was like, you can do that? And people would follow that, you know? So we look at, you know, where our channel's at now. And that's why we started it, was just to have fun and just to have something out there to chronicle our experiences. And
well, and aside from ministry, Michael also has a background in photography and videography. So for him, it's a fun hobby and something that he enjoys doing.
Even when Chris doesn't want to get involved at all.
Yeah. Oh.
But she has bad hair days.
No, yeah. It is a struggle for me. The struggle is real for me. But, you know, he's the pastor that stands on the stage and speaks in front of crowds of people. And that has definitely not been, you know, my life in the past, at least to that degree. So.
And you guys know this, you know, those of you who vlog and you have your RV, you know, channels like we do, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, hours that happen behind the scenes stuff that people don't see. I mean, if you could spend thousands and thousands of dollars on gear and editing and graphic overlays and sound effects, and there's really a lot that goes in, you know, to behind making these channels. But it's something that I like to do, and I still use that. Excuse me, even at the church that we pastor, I still use those video editing skills for my sermon bumpers, which I love to do. So our situation is, we were campus pastors of a church, and long story short, the church that we work for asked us if we would want to take over and become the lead pastors of this church that we're at, which was a big step and a big decision for us. The property that we took over had a parsonage, which is a house on the property next door to the church. So we kind of had that's where we were living. So we kind of had it all right here on the same grounds. And then a shift took place. I don't know if you want to talk about the shift that took place.
Yeah, so the church that owned the property made the decision that they were going to sell the parsonage and the grounds adjacent to the church, which meant that we had to find a new home. And so we really contemplated on what that would look like. Do we buy a sticks and bricks home? And we, you know, being that we are starting a new church, it's a lot of work. And we work a lot of hours, and we love what we do. But the lifestyle of owning a house and the maintenance and everything that is involved with that just didn't seem appealing at this moment in time. And
because you should say this, like, we had like 30 days.
Yeah, we had 30 days.
So
30 days, yes.
30 days to make a decision. Do you buy a house? Do you move into a townhome? RV? We had a lot of things that we were.
Right, yeah. Very quickly we had to make that decision. And so we chose to do the RV life, at least right now. And we're finding that it is just, it's a simpler life. We're enjoying just not having all the maintenance that comes along with a sticks and bricks home. Although we definitely have maintenance. There's maintenance and responsibilities.
Wait, there's no maintenance with owning an RV. RVs are maintenance free.
Oh, I wish. It's a different kind of maintenance, you know. And then obviously you have to take into consideration that, you know, if you have to get your RV serviced and your RV is your full-time home.
That's new to us.
Yeah, that is definitely new to us. So it's not like when you have a sticks and bricks home, you just have the maintenance guy come and he can work on your home while you're there. So just a lot of things to take into consideration. But I think the most desirable thing about doing the full-time RV life, at least for now, is just simplifying our lives and just being able to, just be a little more carefree and downsize. And it's been fantastic. Like, we have not looked back.
Because we went from 2,800 square feet,
2,800 square feet,
something like that, to 400 and something now in here. And we did put all our stuff in storage, but it's amazing how much you go, you still, do I really need to have all the stuff? You kind of start asking yourself that question. Do I need to have all the stuff? Or, the biggest decision that we made when we decided that, hey, you know what, instead of jumping into sticks and bricks again, well, let's do full-time RVing. We had Big Blue. We had our fifth wheel, or we had been talking about, do we want to jump up to a Class A? And I don't know, that was one of our decisions that we made. And
Which I would have been perfectly fine staying with our fifth wheel, but Michael really wanted to go the Class A route, and I have to say I'm, definitely am not disappointed we made the transition. There's things we miss about the fifth wheel, but it is so nice to have everything contained in one vehicle,
on one floor.
On one
even.
floor, yeah. You don't have the stairs, and yeah, it's great.
And I think Ryder likes, and that's the most important thing, is that Ryder likes the Class A.
Way
too.
better.
He loves the one floor. Anyway, and the thing is, like, for us, moving to full time, we thought it would be nice to have, like, our RV, our fifth wheel, and our bathroom, if I could get it out,
yeah.
was very small in our Riverstone. No way the two of us could even think about getting ready in that, right? And so now it's nice. We've got the bigger bathroom. I mean, just having some more room and a different layout than what we had, and everything's contained. We don't have to have two vehicles. You can just jump in this one. And
I know that for me, the biggest, down, I guess, just the negative on it was I loved the kitchen that we had in our fifth wheel. We had a really nice kitchen with lots of storage space. And so I was really concerned moving into a Class A, just because obviously the layout was a lot different. We wouldn't have an island any longer. And to my surprise, I haven't missed that kitchen a bit. And we actually have found space here for everything we need and then some. So it hasn't been inconvenient at all.
And and as far as like the church goes, I mean, we are both super busy. As of right now, we're a smaller church, and Chris and I, we cover everything at our church. Not only are we the pastors, but we do youth and women's ministry and young adults, and I still lead worship at the church and preach at the church, and it means so.
Kids ministry, men's ministry, I mean, you name it. Thankfully, we are, the Lord's been bringing us some great people to help come alongside of us, but obviously the buck stops with us.
Yeah, because we love what we do. We love where we live. So anyway, it really is awesome. So thanks for asking that question, and stay tuned, because that's what we're going to start doing. So we're going to be vlogging, our RV life mixed with what we do, because we do have a lot of the same issues that a lot of full-timers have. It's just that we're not traveling, thousands of miles and all at the same time. And we do have some trips coming up this summer, so stay tuned for that, and we'll keep you posted on the trips that we have. And we're still going to do the same campground reviews, just all the things that we did with our RV channel, just mixing in our life with it. So thank you for following along. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. We definitely appreciate it.
A lot of people don't realize it, but this rig doesn't just drive on diesel. Our water heater does too. That means if we want hot showers, we want to wash our clothes, we want radiant heat, we've got to keep the tank topped off. When not traveling on the road, we still need to get diesel fuel. Even standing still, we had to add around 100 gallons after 2 months of being stationary.
We've gotten pretty used to planning our showers around the fuel gauge. It's funny, as I was fueling up the diesel tank, and it just got me to thinking, no matter what you're doing in life, you can be so busy and just running here and running there, and we got these lifestyles nowadays that's just like buzz, gotta go, gotta do, and it made me think, like, how often do we stop in life and just put pause just to fuel up ourselves and just have that quiet time? And maybe you have a reading time with the Bible, or you say a prayer, or you just sit there and just say, man, I need to quit being so busy.
We need to take care of ourselves, that's for sure.
Yes. So it's so important, for us to stop and take those times in life and enjoy it. Every once in a while, like if we're out on an adventure, I'll just stop Chris and say, you know what, we need to take in this moment. Instead of just especially with us filming, because a lot of times we have cameras everywhere. We have GoPros and Canon cameras and our microphones, and all our gear, but then you forget to just really stop and just even take in God's beautiful creation. We all love the sunsets, the oceans, the hiking, the mountains. Stop in those moments and just, it's so important to do that and fuel up.
Yeah, and we actually had an opportunity this last week to go out to the coast, and we didn't realize how much we needed it, and it was just such a great, time to refuel, rest, and again, reflect on just the great things that God is doing in our life right now.
So true. So we really thank you for tuning in today and learning a little bit more about our crazy wild life. It's really not so crazy. And wild life at all. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, we would love for you to subscribe and follow along with our channel as we begin to just vlog our lifestyle mixed with our RV full-time lifestyle, and follow along with us. We love to have fun, man. We're cool people. I think we're cool.
I think we're pretty cool.
So thank you again for following along with us, and hit the notification button so every time we post a video you're going to get notified. And it's Mondays with MK, and we're going to post at 6 p.m. So make sure you tune in next week. Chris, tell them what we have in store. Just a teaser. Don't give the whole thing away.
Well, again, those hiccups that come along. Unfortunately, we had to cancel our first trip that we had planned due to some issues with our leveling system.
Our airbag system.
And so we had to make a little trip out to Cummings. And so stay tuned and you'll get to hear about those details.
All right. So see what you have to look forward to. The perfect life of RVing.
Yeah.
It should be the not so perfect life of RVing, but we love it. So thank you for tuning in. And with that, we say God bless.
And safe travels.